A lot of the data that we use in decision making comes in the form of what we call quantitative, or sometimes call metric data. Now what this term means is data that is in the form of numbers for which at least addition and subtraction can be used. It makes sense for them to be used. So temperature data in degrees Celsius is quantitative data. The length of your thumb in centimetres is quantitative data. But there are some things that look like quantitative data that are not. University rankings, for example. Telephone numbers, the numbers on football jumpers are not quantitative data. If you look at a football team, they all have numbers on their sweaters there, but they're not really being used as numbers. They're being used instead as identifiers or names. So it doesn't make any sense to say that player 7 plus player 8 equals player 15. That's just nonsense. The same is true of things like some simple ratings. So you might be, I'm sure you are, familiar with things like TripAdvisor, where or Amazon, where people can give star ratings, commonly out of 5. Those star ratings are not really, they're not likely to be quantitative data. It wouldn't make sense to, for example, to say that a star rating of 4 means that a property is twice as good as one with a star rating of 2. Almost certainly means it's better, but it doesn't tell you how much it's better. And it doesn't tell you really that the difference between one with a rating of 2 and one with a rating of 3 is the same as the difference between one with a rating of 3 and one with a rating of 4. Now this is a little bit of a, well, it's actually rather a difficult thing to grasp, and we'll spend quite a bit of time on it later in the course. And the reason we'll do that is this is an aspect of data that people often misunderstand or get wrong, and it's a very common source of errors in business decision making, is misunderstanding the nature of the data that you're using. So we need to be very careful about that. All right, that's all I wanted to say about that for the moment. Just bear it in mind. Be a little careful when you see numbers. They're not always what they seem.